Pratah Smarana hrudi samsphuradátmatattvam saccitsukham paramahamsagatim turèyam yatsvapna jágarasussuptamavaiti nityam tadbrahma niskalamaham bhutasañgha bhajami manasa vachasamagамyam vacho vibhanti nikhila yadanugrahena yanneti niti vajanarnigamavochuhu tam devadevam ajamachyutamahuragyam pratarnamami tamasah paramarkavarnam purnam sanatana padam purushotamakyam yasminnidam jagadasheshamasheshamurtau rajvam bhujangamaiva pradibhasitam vai rajvam bhujangamaiva pratibhasitam vai.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Sankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. In our last session, we have completed the first part of the first shloka. That is two padas of the first shloka. Pratah Smarana hrudi samsphuradátmatattvam saccitsukham paramahamsagatim turèyam. Pratah in the beginning, smarámi, I am remembering. We have seen by the word I am remembering, we must mean I am contemplating, I am meditating on. Pratah Smarana hrudi samsphuradátmatattvam. Samsphuradátmatattvam, that is well shining, hrudi, within the heart, within my innermost self. What is shining? What is that? Atmatattvam. Atmatattvam, the real nature or the reality of the self. So I am contemplating on the self, which is in my own heart, well shining there, saccitsukham, that is satta, chitta and ananda, which is of the nature of the existence absolute or knowledge absolute and bliss absolute. That is my real nature. On this I am meditating, or this I am contemplating. Usually when I am living in this world, I am seeing myself as a part of this world. Even though I know I am the seer, I am falsely identifying myself with the scene, the objects of the world. So here, a total shift has occurred. Here I am realizing I am not the seer, and I am the seer of everything. Saccitsukham. And what is that? Paramahamsagatim. It is the goal to which Paramahamsas are going, or it is the path of the Paramahamsas. So we have discussed at length, what is the meaning of Paramahamsa. It is the highest order of sannyasins who have renounced all ashanas, all bondages, and all feelings of mildness. And in that discussion, we have seen 4 types of sannyasins: hrudi, bhutasañgha, hamsa and paramahamsa. And we have seen also that paramahamsa is the highest order. Having renounced all false identifications with the varna, and as a part of that, or as a sign of that, have thrown away the holy thread and other things which will give him memory of his past birth. Hamsa is not renouncing that holy thread. He will not wear, of course, but he will carry it with him, tied on a danda, a staff, and keeping it as a witness. He will do pujas and homas. Whereas a paramahamsa, he is not doing any puja or homa for himself. He may teach, he can teach, but as his sadhana, he will not do that. Of course, a question may come: if I am seeing a paramahamsa doing homa, is it something against the Shastra? Is it adharmic? The reply is, the real Swarupa, where a Paramahamsa is established, is his own self, nothing else. A Paramahamsa is always established in himself. So he will not do any sadhanas other than contemplation of the self. If at all he is doing anything like teaching Shastras, teaching Vedanta, or showing any sort of karma yoga in this world, all these are not his sadhanas. In the same way, as a part of teaching, or as to show a model in front of his disciples or in front of the world, if he is doing some homa or puja, it is not his sadhana. It will be only a blessing to the world. So that is Paramahamsa. And there is another meaning. That is, now we have seen Hamsa and Paramahamsa, all these terms as part of a tradition. That is part of the traditional sannyasa. But there is another meaning that is not connected with our sannyasa tradition, but it is connected with the real path a Paramahamsa is undertaking. And what is that? It is said it's a myth, or it's a concept we are cherishing from generation to generation, that Hamsa, that is swan, when we give a mixture of water and milk to swan, it will take only that milk part. It's a myth or it's a concept. In the same way, living in the world, in the midst of all objects, in the midst of all dualities, one who is taking in what is real, one who is imbibing the inner truth of everything, and everything else are irrelevant for him. So he is discarding. Actually, it is not discarding, but we can verbally say he is discarding. Because actually everything else are immaterial for him, irrelevant for him. So he is not at all concerned with that. That type of nishtha, that type of life, that type of steadfastness is paramahamsa vritti. That is called paramahamsa vritti. So one who is abiding in that, one who is dwelling in that, he is called a paramahamsa. So when we explain in this way, we are not going to sannyasa tradition and all. Even if a man of course means woman also, there is only a prefix added. So even if one is a grihastha, a householder, or a student, or a sannyasi, if he is leading this type of life, that is taking in only what is real, and for whom everything else is irrelevant or immaterial, he is a paramahamsa. So such paramahamsa, where he is going? What is the path? That is paramahamsa gati. So he is not at all concerned with other activities or other phenomenal planes of the world, and always immersed in the self, and the self alone. That is paramahamsagatim. And what is that? There comes the term or the shabda turèyam. We had discussed last time about turèyam in length. So, turèyam is the fourth. Fourth is not at stage. It is not at all a stage. What is fourth is above three. Above the three is fourth. That is above jágarasussuptamavaiti and sushupti. Or above Vishwa, Taijasa and Prajna. That is the fourth. That is turèyam, paramahamsagatim turèyam. Then the stotra says, yatsvapna jágarasussuptamavaiti nityam. Yad nityam, swapna jágarasussuptamavaiti. Yad nityam. Yad, that which is nityam, eternal. What is eternal? That which is eternal. Everything in the manifested level have both birth and death. What is born will definitely die. There is an end for each and everything that has come. That has come. For everything with a birth, there is a death. So what is eternal is having no birth, no death. As described in the Veda, na jayate mriyate va kadachit. The same mantra is repeated in Bhagavad Gita also. Na jayate mriyate va. So by negating these two, all bhavas, all states of existence are negated. Na jayate, na mriyate. So the first and last states of manifestation are negated. By them as a natural, all the stages, those come in between, are negated. So that which is above all states of or levels of manifestation, devoid of birth and death, devoid of a beginning and an end. What is that? That is on which all these spaces are coming and going. See, all bhavas are, that is, jayate, mriyate, all these bhavas are parts of movement. And this movement is called the Jagat. Jagat is that which is having movement. That is Jagat. So for a movement to happen, there must be some substratum, some base which is immovable. On an immovable base, there alone, movement will happen. So by negating these movements, like birth and death, here the immovable base, immovable substratum is met. That is nityam, without an end. What is that? Swapna jágarasussuptamavaiti. Avaiti is that which is entering. Or another meaning is that which is knowing. Avaiti. Reaching. Because eti, it comes from the root yun, which means to go. So eti, the meaning of eti is going. By the term going, it is meant reaching. And when it comes with the prefix ava, many acharyas take it as to mean to know. So avaiti means knowing. Or we can simply say reaching. So that which is reaching or which is knowing, these three states of our existence. That is Jagrat, Swapna and Sushupti. Yat Swapna jágarasussuptamavaiti. What is knowing all these three states? I am knowing. I am knowing these three states. Now I am in the waking state. So I am seeing and I am speaking. I am hearing. I am doing all activities. This is the waking state. So what is how we can define the waking state? It is defined as indriyaihi arthopalabdhihi jagaritam. Bhagavan Bhashyakara, Sankaracharya Swami. Sankaracharya is defined. Indriyaihi arthopalabdhihi jagaritam. So waking state or jagar state is that in which we are cognizing all objects through our senses. Indriyaihi, with the senses. Arthopalabdhihi, we are getting objects. So the state in which we are cognizing the objects through our senses, that is Jagrat. So we are now in the Jagra state. I am not seeing everybody, so I don't know how many are in the next stage. Of course, some may be in the next stage, but I don't know. I am not seeing everybody. So we are in the waking state. We are knowing. We are cognizing this world, things around us. The seeing differentiation is here. And after spending my time in this waking state, and see, in this waking state I am constantly working. All my senses, all my organs of action, all this constitution, all these are working. Incessant work. So after working for long, the senses as a nature will get tired. All organs of action will get tired. And they will burn for resting. And when this organs of action and senses of knowledge, they go to rest. Internal instruments, mind and intellect, they are working. They are working. That stage in which our organs of action and the senses of knowledge, they are resting, and the mind and intellect are working, that is dream state. So how we can define swapna or dream state? Bhagavan Bhashyakara defines Karaneshu upasamhrdeshu jágarasamskarajaha savishayaha pratyaha swapnaha ityuchyate. That is Karaneshu upasamhrdeshu. When all karanas, that is organs of action and senses of knowledge, when they have retraced, gone back, jágarasamskarajaha savishayaha pratyaha. Jágarasamskarajaha, that which is developing or coming up as an effect of the activities of the waking state, that is jágarasamskarajaha, that which is coming as an effect of the activities of Jagrat, that is the waking state. Such pratyas. See, pratyas are the waves which are formed within the antakarana, within the mind, within the intellect, and which are responsible for our cognition, or which is making the process of cognition. That is pratyam. For example, when we are sitting here and talking, I am seeing you, and you are seeing me. So when I am seeing you, your form is there within my mind or intellect. To be more apt, within my chitta. That is the place where all these inscriptions are stored. In the same way, when I am seeing any object, whatever be that object, a form of that object is formed within my chitta. That is vritti. That is a pratyaya. So dream state is, it's a pratyaya. It's only a wave in the mental stuff. And it is made as an effect of the activities we are doing or we are having in the waking state. So that is a dream state, swapna. See, one person who is blind from the very birth, he will not see swapna, dream. He will have swapna. Sounds will be there. He will touch, he will smell, he will taste, he will hear, but he will not see. In the same way, a person who from the very birth didn't hear anything, without the faculty of hearing, in the Swapna also, he won't hear anything. He will see, he will smell, he will touch, he will taste, but no sounds will be for him. That shows Swapna is really a product of the waking state. Jágarasussuptamavaiti. Savishaya, with objects. With objects. Always Swapnas have many objects. In the world of dream, our friends and relatives are there, you and me are there, this world is around us. All those things we are experiencing in the waking state, they are there in the dream state also. Then what is the difference? In the waking state, those objects were in the gross form, whereas in the dream, they are in the subtle form. That is the only difference. And some Acharya says, in the waking state, the objects we are seeing are permanent, whereas in the dream state, they are not permanent. They are temporary. They substantiate with the experience we are having in this world. That is one man or one object we have seen in the waking state. He will see the same man or same object at another point of time also. So things we are seeing in this waking state or the waking world is permanent. And in the dream state, in one dream, we are seeing somebody as or somebody in some form, and the next moment, we may see the same person fully changed. Or one person, if we want to see the object which he has seen in his previous dream, and with that expectation he goes to sleep, and if that wish is there within him to see that person or thing again, he may not see. So objects in the dream state are not permanent. Many acharyas say so. It is true, but at the same time, we cannot agree with that fully. With that contention, we cannot agree fully. Why? Because the things or objects we are seeing in the waking state also are not permanent. The permanence we are seeing are only relative, only in relation to time, place and causation. Really speaking, nothing is permanent in this world. Shashvam nashwarameva vishwam. The world is permanently impermanent. Shashvam nashwarameva vishwam. This vishwam, this universe, the whole manifestations around us are shashwan nashwaram. It's a beautiful usage. Shashwan nashwaram. That is permanently impermanent. That is this existence. So the waking state also is not permanent. All the objects we are having in the waking state also are not permanent. So we can come back to the discussion, waking and dream, Jagrata and Swapna. And after that we are going to the third stage, That is sushupti or deep sleep. What is the nature of deep sleep? Upanishad says, yatra supto na kanchana kamam kamayate, na kanchana swapnam pashyati, tat sushuptam. The state wherein we are not at all seeing any dream, or we are not at all having any wish, or we are not having any needs or griefs or lust. That state is sushupta. There that subject-object differentiation is not there. That is the main thing. There was subject-object differentiation in the waking state and also in the dream state. But that is not there in the deep sleep. I am alone. Without subject-object differentiation, I am abiding in myself. And that is why I am experiencing most happiness. That is ananda in this state. Everybody, irrespective of whether he is a scholar or an ignorant one, whether he is poor or rich, Indian or American, no difference. Everybody is having or is enjoying that happiness, that bliss in the state of sushupta. So no dreams, no lust, no needs, and we are having ananda within. That is the state of sushupta. So, yada, that which is knowing these three states, or that which is reaching these three states. Who experienced the waking state? I experienced. It was me. Then who experienced the dream state? Definitely the answer is the same. I experienced, or it was me. And the same me is experiencing sushupti also. So I am reaching these three abodes. These are three abodes of our existence. In the Upanishad, these three states are called three Purams. Puram is of course a city. So these three are like three cities. And these three cities we are residing. In turn, sometimes we are in the first city, then to the second, then to the third, again to the second, again first, again second, again third, like that. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Swapna, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Swapna, Jagrat. Swapna comes in between. Always it is like a corridor. Through that corridor, we can enter from Jagrat to Sushupti. And of course, back from Sushupti to Jagrat. So these three states we are reaching. Or in other words, we are knowing. Because I am knowing the experience which I am having in the waking state. And the same I am knowing what are there in the dream state. And I am having that bliss which I am experiencing in the Sushupti state, deep sleep state. So I am avaiti, yad avaiti. that which is reaching or that which is knowing the three states, jágarasussuptamavaiti and sushupti, that I am meditating on, or I am contemplating what it is. And that is the self. So, hrudi samsphuradátmatattvam yatsvapna jágarasussuptamavaiti. And what is that? It is nityam, eternal. Tadbrahma, that Brahman. Here is the secret of Vedanta. Or here lies the highest teaching of Vedanta. Because so far we are discussing about our Atman, the self. We started that discussion from the very first word, smarámi. I am remembering, or I am contemplating, or I am meditating on what? On the self. That is hrudi samsphuradátmatattvam, which is shining, well shining within me or within the heart. Of course, by that the self is met, Atma is met. Atma is met. And all other terms like saccitsukham, paramahamsagatim, especially turèyam, and yatsvapna jágarasussuptamavaiti, all these words are indicating the self, Atma. All these are indicating the Atma. But now, it is said, tadbrahma, that Brahma. So we started contemplating the Atman, or we started with meditating on the Atman. What is the real nature of Atman? That is, who am I? Who am I? With that question we started. And now where we have reached, tadbrahma, that is Brahman or that Brahman. That is, Vedanta again and again teaches the oneness of Atma and Brahma. That is the teaching of Vedanta. That is the highest point to which all Vedanta Shastras are leading us. Oneness of Atman and Brahma. That is what all Mahavakyas are showing. That is where all Vedanta teachings or all mantras are taking us. That is the oneness of Atma and Brahman. That teaching we are seeing here. Because so far we were discussing about Atman, that is the self. In the shloka, we never have discussed about Brahman or about the macrocosmic reality. We were thinking about our own real individuality. So far, we did that. We were thinking about our own reality. we never thought about the principle or the reality, which is the cause or which is the base of the macrocosm. But now, in the fourth line, that is the last part of this shloka, here it is said, tadbrahma, that Brahman. So it invariably shows the oneness of Atman and Brahman. That is the meaning of all Mahavakyas. Atmacha Brahma. Verily, this Atman, the self, is Brahman. See, when I am considering myself as something limited by this body, mind, intellect complex, or that which is giving existence to the individuality which I am having, even though I am realizing it is Sat, Chit and Ananda, that is existence, knowledge and bliss, even though I am realizing that, still there will be limitations. Because I am considering or I am attributing all these Sat, Chit and Ananda to this manifested, to this manifested level, individuality. I am restricting. So I am not knowing I am unlimited self. Even though I am considering myself as Sattva, Chitta and Ananda, through inner inquiries, deep contemplation, and of course, constant meditation, and I am realizing I am Sattva, Chitta and Ananda. Even though I am realizing that, limitations are still staying there. Because this I is limited. And as long as there is limitation or there are limitations, I will have pain and pleasure. I will have sorrows and enjoyments, heat and cold. All sorts of dualities will come. And of course, fear, sorrow, all these will come. There is no escape as long as I am considering myself as something limited. All the products of that limitation will invariably come. I cannot escape. There is no way out. So, Shruti, Veda, Shruti is exhorting. No, you are not the limited self. You are considering yourself as something or somebody limited because you are falsely identifying with your body, mind, intellect complex. Get rid of that identification. Go deep with it and search your real nature. Then you will realize I am not limited by body, mind, intellect complex. And actually I am I am making existence or I am giving existence to all these body, mind, intellect complex. I am not limited by them, but they are staying because of me. Yena chakshumshi pashyadi, yena manomatam, yena prana praniyate. So many mantras are there. Because of me, all these are existing. So all limitations are coming when I am considering myself as this body, mind, intellect complex. So as long as this false identification is there, limitations must prevail. I cannot escape these limitations and their products. So the only way to get rid of these limitations and their products is getting rid of all these false identifications. And how it is possible? It is possible only through identifying myself with what I am. Identifying myself with what I am. Here is the teaching of the Shrutis, that you are that. Tattvamasi, aham brahmasmi, prajnanam brahma, ayamatma brahma. All these Mahavakyas are teaching the same thing. You are not that limited being as you think. You are considering yourself as limited because of the false identifications you are doing. Get rid of that. Then you will realize you, the inquirer, is really the inquired. The subject-object differentiation came from our identifications with this body, mind, intellect complex. Above that, the existence, the knowledge, the bliss, Sat, Chit and Ananda. That is your real nature, and it is never limited. Never is it limited. This teaching, that is the oneness of Atman and Brahman, oneness of the unity of self, that is the highest teaching of Vedanta, and it is declared here. Atmatattvam is the Brahman, tadbrahma, that Brahman. When that oneness is realized, I am that, then we cannot say it as something that. Because we are always using the word that when something is away from us, by time or by place. When that realization is there, how can we say Tad Brahma, that Brahman? Tad is that. You can think whether that came from Tad or Tad came from that. The same. Tad, T-H-A-T, T-H-A-T, that. Only difference is in pronunciation. Tadbrahma, that Brahman. How you can use that? See, this is not something or Rishi or the experienced one is not expressing his experience here. It is not expression of experience. If it was, there will not be that Brahman. Then what it is? A student or a sadhaka is contemplating what is my real nature. And he have gone through Shastras. He did Shravana from Guru. So he had Shravana. So Shastra and Guru, they are always with him. So he knows that. And he is contemplating. That is why Atmatattvam and tadbrahma are used here. Pratah Smarana hrudi samsphuradátmatattvam tadbrahma. Because he is contemplating. Or in other words, one with that realization, having no doubt within, and for him, that differentiation of that and this is not there. That differentiation has vanished. But still, when he reaches, he have to come down to the transactional plane and have to teach. So all teachings are happening in the plane of Dvaita, duality, because student-teacher relation is there. There is the speaker, there is the listener. There is one who is speaking and one who is listening. So it is in the Dvaita. So all teaching happens in the Dvaita plane. At the same time, it indicates the Advaita. It shows the Advaita. So there is nothing wrong in that usage. And there is one more thing to remember. In the common language, that is the common Sanskrita language, the meaning of Tat is that. We need not explain. Meaning of Tat is that. That is that. But when we come to Vedanta, the term Tat is used to mean Brahman. That is the special meaning of Tat in Vedanta. That is how Mahavakya Tattvamasi is working. The Mahavakya Tattvamasi, the meaning of Tat is Brahman. It is Brahman. In Vedanta, the meaning of Tat is Brahman. So Tat Brahma, that Brahman which you are inquiring, or which I was contemplating. I am that. This self, when I am removing all the coverings, or when I am removing all false identifications, superimpositions, then I am that. Tadbrahma. And what is that? Nishkalam. Nishkalam. Nishkalam means without part. Kala is part. When we are speaking about our own self or this existence, body parts. Different parts are there for my body or in my body. They are called kala, avayava. Kala means avayava. So nishkala means without parts, without limbs, without any limb, without any part. I am that. In the world of objects, in this manifested plane, everything I am seeing around me are with parts, with many limbs. And I am devoid of any limb, any part, nishkalam. Tadbrahma nishkalam. Without any part, without any limb. And the same is, and it is reiterated there, nacha bhutasañgha. Bhutasañgha. Sañgha means collective, collection of something. And bhuta is element. I am not a collection of elements. That is space, air, fire, water and the earth. Panchabhutas. And everything I am seeing around me, or I am seeing in this universe, are different combinations of these five elements, basic elements. All these are combinations of bhutas. Nothing is there, nothing I can think of. Everything is a combination of these five bhutas. And when I am considering myself as the body, I am thinking I am a collection of these elements. Same is the case when I am identifying myself with mind or intellect or prana. Same is the case, because all these are collection of or combinations of, different combinations of these elements. So I am not bhutasañgha. This bhutasañgha is the combination of, the collection of elements. These are parts of this world, and I am seeing. Seer cannot be the seen. Bhutasañgha is the seen, and I am the seer. So as I am the seer, I am not the bhutasañgha. Then comes the next question: is that individuality as a seer is real? This is the question. When I am saying I am not the seen and I am the seer, is that individuality absolute? The reply is no. Seer is there as long as there is something to be seen. When there is something to be seen, seer will be there. So in the reality, there is no seer-seen differentiation. But still, when we contemplate on the self, we can say, I am not the seen and I am the seer. So, therefore, this bhutasañgha, this combination of the elements, I am not that. Then what is my nature? What is my reality? What is the reality? That is tadbrahma. This Brahma I am contemplating or I am meditating on. So this is the first shloka in the Pratah Smarana Stotram. And nacha bhutasañgha, that negating these bhutas, elements, I am not that, I am not that. That is the process of negating that we have to see a little more closer. I think we can do that next time. So now 20 more minutes are there. If anybody have anything to ask, you can ask. If I know that, we can discuss. So without hesitation, you can ask.
Hari Om Swamiji. Swamiji, during my study, I come across multiple terms that describe the state of realization. These terms are jnanam, bodham, vijnanam, anubhuti. I think these are all shades of knowledge and or experience. Could you help demystify these terms and how is this unfolding takes place within? I'm sure, is it knowledge, is it experience, or a combination of both?
See, it's a very good question. When we go into Shastra, in the traditional way, to have an entry into the deep analysis of Shastra, we must have the help of a guru. That is the traditional way of learning. Then, no confusion will stand there. Of course, in the Shastras, many terms are used to denote one thing, one state, or oneself. Or in the reverse also, the Shastra. One word, single word will be used to describe many levels or many things or many facts. So when we have a guide with us, that is a guru with us, we will not have more confusions. See, in the Vedanta, in many places we will come across such terms or words as jnana, vijnana, bodham, sakshatkaram, anubhavam, and so on and on. See, in the ultimate plane or ultimate level, realization is one and the same. Because the reality is one without a second. Let me repeat. When the reality is one without a second, realization cannot be many. It is one without a second. Call it by the name jnana, or call it by the name vijnana, call it by the name sakshatkara or anubhuti. There is no difference at all. That is the real answer from the ultimate plane. This is the answer from the ultimate plane. But when we go through Shastras, and that too explained by different acharyas, again to different disciples and at different times, many words we will come across. And when jnana and vijnana are used simultaneously in the same shastra, we have to take different meanings. For example, when these both terms are used, jnanam vijnana sahitam, as we can see in the Bhagavad Gita and elsewhere, Bhagavan Bhashyakara explains jnana is the knowledge that we are accruing from Guru and Shastra. And when it is realized within, or in other words, when we have transcended all doubts and other queries within, and that knowledge which the Guru taught, which the Shastra teaches, that has become one with myself. When that become one with myself, without any doubt, when that knowledge has become my own, then it is vijnana. So it is sakshatkara. Vijnana and sakshatkara are one and the same. Because sakshatkara is materializing something. So you are materializing that knowledge as your knowledge. Till now it was the teaching of the Guru, teaching of the Shastra. Now it is my own. Then it is sakshatkara. And the same is called anubhuti or anubhava. Because when there is doubts remaining, even though I have so many informations or fractional knowledge in my intellect, there is the differentiation of the knower and the known. That triputi is there. But when that also goes, and I am experiencing with it, without any doubt, then it is anubhuti. Or in some other places, instead of anubhuti, the term anubhava will be used. Both are same. There is no difference at all. And what is that which is experienced? That is bodha. And who is experiencing bodha? So here the experiencer and the experienced is one and the same, and that is bodha. So, in the Shastras, different terms are used to show one and the same thing. This we have to realize. So always go deep into Shastra with the help of Acharya. If we are flying through the superficial planes like birds, we can study, we can undergo studies with the help of books and other sources. But if we are going or diving deep into Shastra, there is no doubt we must have the help of a competent Guru. That is why Bhagavan Bhashyakara says, Shastra Vidapi, not that, Swadandriyana Brahmanyeshanam na puriya. Shastratnyaha api Brahmanyeshanam na Swadandriyana puriya. Even though you are the knower of Shastra, scriptures, a deep inquiry into the self, you must not undertake without the help of a Guru. So, there is no difference at all. All these are showing the same reality, and jnana, vijnana, bodha, anubhava, sakshatkara, all these are one and the same. Why? Because the reality is one without a second. That is the answer. Now,
next question is, turn is Jaya Narendra ji.
Namaskaram, Swamiji. I'm not very clear on our perception of objects and beings that
I am not hearing well. Please, a little more louder.
I'm not very clear on I didn't understand it completely, of our perception of objects and beings in Jagrat and Swapna state. Can you please explain it once more?
Difference, but exactly what is your question?
Swamiji, I got the question. The question I will read out. I am not...
Yes, now it is very clear. You please tell me.
Yeah, Jaya Narendra ji asked, I am not very clear on our perception of objects and beings in Jagrat and Swapna state. Please, can you explain once more?
Yeah. In the Jagrat, we are experiencing gross objects. Why gross? Gross because we are experiencing with the help of senses of cognition. I am seeing, I am hearing, I am tasting, I am touching. So, indriyaihi arthopalabdhihi. So, I am getting all these objects, or I am knowing all these objects with the help of or through senses of knowledge. So my knowledge is in the gross plane. And comparatively, these objects are permanent. Even though nothing is permanent in this universe, the universal phenomena itself is not permanent. But even then, comparatively, it is permanent. And of course, that the known differentiation is there. I, as a subject, is objectifying. All these are there, all these aspects are there in the waking state, in the Jagrata. And when I go to the next, that is dream state, Swapna state, there the objects are there, of course. Friend is seen as a friend. And a relative is there also, relative. There is no doubt. But still, the objects are in the subtle plane, not in the gross plane. Why? Because they are the projections of my own mind. Or they are staying in the mental plane. So they are subtle. And of course, they are temporary. They are temporary. For a given time, in a given place, they are. And they are coming as an effect of the experiences which I had in the waking state. Of course, I will see many objects entirely different from that I had in the waking state, or I can see many objects which I cannot see in the waking state. For example, I have seen an elephant in the waking state, and I have seen a bird in the waking state. In the dream state, I can combine these both. And I will see, or I can see, elephant with wings and tail. Wings like a bird, and elephant coming. How fly? That I can see. So all these are creations of my own mental samskara. So that is why it is said, jágarasussuptamavaiti. It is the product of jágarasamskara, the tendencies which I have accrued in the waking state. And comparatively, the objects are temporary, impermanent. And they are in the subtle plane. Because they are there in my mind and intellect. But both these are, that is, the experiences we are having in both these states are relative. All these are seen. Because they are seen, there is the seer. Because they are temporary, there must be something permanent. So we have to contemplate on that. Who is the seer? What is that permanence of Pratah? So these are basically the differences between the experience we are having in the waking state and dream state. And anything specific, if you want to ask, you can ask, because there are so many aspects of the same avasthas. Within this, we can go more and more deeper. But I think this is sufficient for differentiation of these two states.
May I ask, Swamiji?
Namaste.
Namaste, Swamiji. Something related to the same subject. Often I have dreamed that you appear. Today I have a rather funny related to the same subject. Few days ago, something like 3 days ago, you were teaching me a cinema song, Mallika Banandande Villeduthu. How come it appears to my mind that you teach me that song?
It is there. That Mallika Banan is there. It was there. Because see, when we are experiencing in the waking state or in the dream state, immediately, that is when we are seeing something, when we are hearing something, when we are doing something, that is with the help of 5 senses of knowledge and 5 organs of action, whatever we do, there will be an immediate effect. That is, the immediate effect of seeing is, I am knowing that object. That is the immediate effect. But at the same time, a samskara is inscribed within my chitta. Chitta is the mind stem. So within the chitta, that samskara is inscribed. And there are trillions and trillions of samskaras, inscriptions. Many samskaras we brought from our past lives. And when we were small kids, it was our work. Every moment, we collected more and more samskaras. See, little children, that is babies. When we were small babies, or observe small babies of 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, that is below 3 years age. He or she will be observing around always color, sound, many things. Will be storing and storing. And it will make a base of knowledge, and all sorts of comparisons in the later days comes in relation to that base. That is the process of cognizing a color or recognizing somebody or something. Everything happens with a reference scale, and that reference scale is there. That is the base which the baby made with it. So that is stored in the chitta, and to that we are adding more and more. So when we are small boys and girls, we are adding to that. And of course, still space is there, and later years also we can add. But in the case of many people, there will be no space to add, and newer things will not be added. But those things which are there in the base, clear memory will come. So what is there inscribed, that will come out. So that Mallika Banan is there within you. It is stored there. That came from that base. And it can come in the waking state and in the dream state. And vice versa can also happen. That which we have stored in the dream state, it can come out in the waking state. That also happens. So many examples are there. In our own life, so many examples are there to substantiate this. But now time is 11:05. So I think this aspect we can continue discussing in the next session.
Namaste. We can end with the Shanti Mantra.
Yes. So everybody can chant together. Sahana Bhavatu.
Yeah.
Om Sahana Bhavatu. Sahanau Punaktu.
Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you.